Happy Mother's Day.
Yes, happy Mother's Day to all of our mothers.
Oh, the
Um,
mamas, plant mamas, animal mamas. Everybody at least
yeah,
has a mama.
exactly. I know your mom is far away, so you won't be able to see her, but will you at least get to chat today?
I actually already FaceTimed her because in the morning they always go and have breakfast with my grandma. So it was actually really nice. I got to FaceTime them and see my grandma, my aunt. And then the funny thing was my cousin was FaceTiming like her mom. So it was like Tawny, like phone to phone, like, hey
Yeah,
guys.
goodness.
And so that's what you're doing today, right? You're going,
Yes, my parents, me and my sister are driving into the city. My brother is coming home from somewhere, so we'll pick him up in the city and we're gonna go like to the Brooklyn Bridge and then I think we're going to dinner in Brooklyn.
ooh, so kind of like, was that what your mom? No, I always like to ask this. Does your mom tell you this is what I want to do, or do you guys like plan it and surprise her? Like, and that goes for everybody too.
Really care what we do, so like we'll make a reservation or whatever, and she's usually okay with it.
Nice. No, that's what some like my mom literally, she's like, I don't care what we do. I just don't want to have to plan it. I don't, she's like, I just want to be able to, you to tell me, get in the car at this time. And I'm like, okay. So
Exactly. Yeah, my mom is the same way, so that is nice at least. Sorry, I was just looking at my shirt because of course I just got changed and then I was like making something to eat and I spilled on my shirt. I'm gonna have to iron a different one. So
oh my gosh. You can't just try to like, is it too bad of a stain that you can't try to just wash it off?
I don't know. We'll find out after this live. Okay. Luckily from here you can't see it, so
I was like, you look really nice.
it's
Good
just
morning, good
that
morning.
all. So I feel like I get dirty just in general. Like I need to be able to not spill things on my clothes.
I know, I feel like I never grew out of that. Like my mom
Me
even said, she's like, you've always had a messy face. Like you've always just been, I'm like, always just been a hot mess.
gone anywhere yet, and I've already like spill on my shirt, so I'm gonna have to change it, I guess. What? Okay.
Oh, good. That's
Mother's Day.
funny.
It's a day of celebration.
Yes. And I know if some people are on, I know it can be not your favorite day because maybe you don't have a great relationship with your mom, or maybe you are, there's tons of reasons. So giving you extra love on this day. I know I
Yes.
like to, and it's funny. I just like to do things that make me laugh then and, hang out with the animals. And of course, call your mom.
You happy?
Yes. Because whatever ladies you have in your life, someone has helped. Don't worry, I'm always a mess when I drink. Okay. Philippa gets it too. She's always spills stuff. I know. I remember one time, right after the brain surgery, I was eating chocolate and I guess like I had dropped some on my leg and like I just remember my mom coming up in my room and she just looks horrified and she goes, "Did one of the dogs shit on you?" And I was like, "What?" Like, why would that? And the bet because like so I had the patch because I couldn't see. So it was on this side. So I was like, where? Like, I don't see where the poop it. And she's like, and then it was like chocolate.
And then lies.
Oh,
I
like, yeah, no.
any tips on how to get better about not spilling things on your clothes? I am very open to those tips because I need to learn how to not do this.
I legit don't get ready until the very last minute. Like, that's my only tip for you is like, and if you have dogs, because like I don't want their hair on me. So I'm usually like, okay, I will put this on the last like 5 minutes before I leave.
That would have been smart, but it's okay. Luckily, I do have a backup white shirt, so I might just have to iron that and change into that one. So annoying.
You're so awesome to iron. I'm like, can I just throw this in
Well,
the dryer real quick?
mom is my mom is gonna yell at me because I'm a wrinkly shirt and I can't have
If that's not Mother's Day, like, I have to iron my shirt or my mom
No,
will.
she's gonna yell at me, so hopefully she doesn't pop onto this live. That's what I'll be doing right after this.
Oh my god, no, like and if you wanna see Maddie, she's over on we're both on Instagram, and we switch off who we go live, like, whose page we go live off of, so make sure you follow. Maddie has written 2 books, she is a badass, so I'm gonna celebrate her.
Thank you. Yes, everyone come at us on Instagram and join us because this is I guess, the primary platform where we do these lives.
Yes. It's awesome. It's been cool because 'cause I've been seeing more of them show up in my memories, like, just
Yeah,
to see how far.
other interviews and such. I guess anyone who wants to be interviewed for our next one, shoot us a message because
Yes,
last week
please.
we interviewed Polly.
That was so good.
Polly, a stroke survivor as well, and it was really great to get to chat with her and hear her story and what she's been doing in terms of recovery. And you don't have to be a stroke survivor to talk with literally anyone and hear all of your stories and share them.
Yeah, like you said, we've had, therapists on, we've had caregivers, so everyone has a story, and you also have nuggets of wisdom that you can share, and sometimes it's just people knowing that they're not alone, like, yesterday I was talking about how I was talking about relationships and how, people don't always talk about that.
Oh, exactly. Relationships is a good one. I will say, I we do these periodic lives, me and Julian, who is another stroke survivor from Australia. And actually our next relationship live post we have like a series on relationships post stroke and building new connections and sharing your story, all of that fun stuff. But our next one is going to be on Tuesday. So if you're around and you're interested in hearing about what it's like to be uh, making new relationships after stroke, then join us. And I know Julian has some really exciting news to share for that live as well.
Ooh. It's definitely hard. Philippa, I love it. I still can't forget when I was your guest. I rewatched it the other day as it was amazing. Oh,
Oh, we need to do a follow up.
yeah, we do. We have quite a few people. I feel like
Yes, we've had one with Philippa, and I think some other people who are on here
yeah.
probably.
That's funny. Yeah, because I was talking about that yesterday. Because everyone thinks that me and Patrick were always together. I was like, "Oh, no, no, I had a different boyfriend that broke up with me," like, because of it, like, oh,
Saga.
yeah, the saga. Tony,
Yes,
Becca, Shalo, Shalo. It's it's definitely different, but, like, the relationship with your parents, like, I'm so talked about caregivers, like, they do not get enough credit, between driving you to all the different appointments, having, I just remember my mom just doing the
I know there's
mostest.
so many types of relationships just in general. You think like, okay, obviously like romantic relationships, but then there's also like the friendship relationships, caregivers, family, all different types of relationships, and they all can kind of change after you've experienced trauma. It's interesting.
Absolutely, and friendships, like, there were some friendships that were strengthened, and there were a lot of people you see their true colors when and I know, like, I thank my one friend in Ohio, Nicole, because she would continue to invite me, and I get as a friend, it's really hard to keep inviting someone when they always say no, um, but, like, I was sound sensitive, I was dealing with depression, anxiety, so, like, I did not wanna go out, and, like, I thanked her so much because 'cause I'm like, "Y everyone else kind of, like, gave up," and they were like, "Well, you just always say no," so I just figured, "Why even ask?" And I'm like, "But I just wanna be asked."
Right.
Like, I want to be included, so if you
Do
have
I
a friend yeah.
right? Like that's also same for me. Oh, thank you, Philippa, George, and likewise.
Yes. Yeah, you're like, "Just include me." You don't have to, like
Exactly. I don't need like yes, chance if depending on what it is, like maybe you know that I'll probably say no, but it's nice to be thought of.
and asked. Yeah,
Exactly.
that was my big
Everyone
thing.
wants to have friends and people thinking about them.
That's nice. And sometimes they help you get out of your funk.
Exactly. Yeah, we could all use that. Getting in lots of funks. Nice to have people to help you out of it.
Absolutely. So, how long is the train ride?
So we're actually going to drive in. I think my dad's going to drive us. So it's only going to be like 30 minutes to get into the city, which is not bad at all. I'll ask you both, what disability do you both have, if I may ask?
Trying to go. I was like, we can.
So short answer to that is we both suffered strokes. And I don't know, I have an array of disabilities myself as a result of that, from like visual impairment to definitely like cognitive deficits I've had to work really hard on. But primarily for me, it is in my mobility. So like using my hand and learning to walk, and just like my general ankle mobility and all of that stuff. Like now I walk with a limp, etc. So for me, those are like the main, and then vision. That's the other like really, really big one for me.
You should definitely check out Maddie's transformation and everything that she has gone through. And not same thing. That's why it's so wild. I don't have any of the physical disabilities. Mine is all emotional, cognitive, those kind of things. So on the outside, I look totally good.
Yeah.
But in the inside,
kind of like we were before, like it's crazy, two people who can have the same injury. Me and Tani had very similar injuries, and it's affected us in like completely different ways. It's crazy how the brain works.
It really is. And like Joe, like I'm glad he's been showing more of that, because I know they're not trying to be hurtful when they say like, "Oh, but you don't look like there's something wrong with you." You're like, "Well, first of all, we should just not say that." Like,
supposed to look.
Yeah, what am I supposed to look like, and what's normal supposed to look like? So let's just end all of that phrasing. I think it's very interesting.
Yeah, but yeah, that's I guess a little bit about us. Tani and I do these lives every week. So definitely add us, message us. We love to connect.
Yeah. And we talk about different random things, like
Yeah. This live didn't even really have a theme.
Yeah.
So kind of like ramble. Go on about whatever.
Which it's good to just check in. But I mean, we could talk like Mother's Day and relationships. I know in the beginning it was hard trying you want your independence so bad because you're so dependent on so many other things. So like I know it was hard. Like it was hard on my mom. She's like, "You are very frustrating because like you wouldn't let me help." Like she just would stand behind me to like try to like support, and I would be like, "I can walk fine, like I'm good." But she's like, "I'm just worried if you do fall." So like she would like hide behind me basically and keep her hands out, and I would like turn around and be like, "Stop doing that." And now I look back, I'm like, she was just trying to help. You didn't need to be like, "Don't do that."
And I feel like a big part of recovery for me as well has been similar. It's been in like realizing it's okay to ask for help and to for help when I need it. Because I don't know, I feel like we can be like, you and me, Tanya, are both very like, I'm gonna do it on my own. Like I help, like I got this. But sometimes you do need help, and that's okay. And there are people to understand that.
Yeah.
And thank you. Definitely send us a message. Excited to chat.
Please message us. Absolutely. Yeah. Asking for help is something that I'm still very much working on. And not only asking for it, but then like accepting it like all the way. Like not just being like, "Oh, okay." It's definitely been a growth process. I don't want to keep you too long because I like feel like
mind if we wrap it up, just I have to.
No, I know. That's why I was like, you have a spill on your shirt. You have more stuff to do. So Maddie, go change your shirt. Thank you guys. Oh, wait, let me snap a picture really quick. 1, 2, 3. Okay, awesome. I'll post this. Thank you, everybody. Have a really good Sunday.
All right. And it'll be on Tani's IGTV, this episode, if you're just joining.
Yes. And I'll tag Maddie so you can see it in her stories. Bye, guys.
Guys.
Oh, I'll have to answer her. Crap. I shouldn't have ended that, but I wanted to let Maddie go. I'm still gonna hang out with you guys. Sorry if I was like kind of trying. I wasn't like trying to ignore you, but I was just like, hey, thank you for the follow, Alexander. So hold on, I have to crop this photo really quick. I've learned sometimes with Instagram, I don't know if anybody else has had this issue where like I'll be like, oh, but the live's there. And then because I don't post it, like my iPad will like glitch or something, and then I lose the entire live. So I'm going to be rude for just a moment and get this up, and then you will have my undivided attention. Um, but confidence after I think any kind of injury is extremely hard. Like it just feels like your confidence takes a huge shot. Um, Survivor Sunday. So because I had the stroke, I used to multitask like a mofo. Like I would be writing something. Like my mom would be like, "Oh my god, I feel like it's because I grew up with AOL. Like I could have 20 conversations going on at once, and then she could still be talking to me, and I'd be able to answer." And right now, I'm like, Survivor Sunday, like with Maddie. Maddie, stroke of luck. Boom. There we go. Okay, I got it up. Oh, happy Mother's Day. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for the roses. I appreciate it. So, it's just been crap. Oh no, Mr. Bear, I messed up my grid. No, I didn't. Calm down. Let me calm down, girl. Take this one off. Is anyone else trying to make it like I don't know. There's supposed to be a pattern. So it's like quote, quote, video, and I just uploaded another one. So now I'm like, remove from profile thing. Um, but somebody asked me, oh, really? I know. I'm sorry. Mommy hurt herself and I can't take you on a W. So you're very upset because it's been how many days without a W? Uh, but especially with a brain injury, because you literally learn that you cannot trust your own brain, it's extremely difficult. Like you're just like I remember I say this story quite a lot because it was the one it just sticks out. It was like my mom was like, "Okay, we're making dinner. How many pieces of chicken do we need?" And I kept saying 3 and I was like 1, 2, 3. And then my mom's like 4, 5. Like there's 5 pieces. And like I was like 1, 2, 3, 4. Like I could not and I was like, "Oh my god, you can't even fucking count to 5. Like we cannot listen to your own brain anymore, girl." Like, do you see how needy she is? I have a needy dog. So, it was really tough. Um, and I feel like that's the one area that I'm still really working on. Like, it's wild people like I was like there's a difference between I don't know what it is because I'm like I'm not confident in myself. I just really don't give a fuck if you're going to judge me. I feel like those are 2 different things. Like, I don't because people are like, "You have to have confidence if you have crazy hair and a side shave and you say all these wild things." Like, I was like, "It's that there are no fucks to give." Like, once your brain blows up and you realize, like, how many things that you cared about and stressed about and probably caused a little aneurysm in your brain over that meant absolutely nothing, you really learn, like, that don't give a fuck attitude. So I'm working on the confidence behind it because I'll like not give a shit. And then I'll be like, oh, but now I feel bad. Like, I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Blah, blah, blah. And that's tough. But I know that stop crying. The only way to get through it is to just keep doing things that build your confidence. So holding on to like I screenshot when people say nice things and I have a folder. So I save that so that when I feel like a big pile of poo, I'm like, hey, that's just your anxiety and depression talking. Look at what this person said. Look at this, look at this, look at this. So having more proof to show that, your brain is just playing tricks on you is how it's helped me. It's helped me rebuild it. I know it's still early, so I'm gonna pop on this afternoon. I know the weather looks disgusting right now. It looks like the sun's not gonna come out, but it is only 10:23 here in California. And you know, May, and then there's June gloom. So usually it stays yucky like this until I don't know why my phone is saying wake up, and I'm like, I've been up for fucking 4 whole hours already. Don't tell me to wake up. How does my phone not see that I've been moving around and doing things? Long story short, I don't know where I was going with. Oh, that it should be sunny. So make sure you follow because I will be going live at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 Eastern, 4 Central, outside by the pool. Hopefully be in my bikini. If not, I'm probably gonna be. Maybe I might just wear my robe. Just stay in my robe today. All right. Love you guys. Bye. Boop.